we're prepared to play the best in the country, and so I was really, really happy with how we've handled ourselves, and we've been tough, and I think we're only going to get better with each match we play, so which is going to be really, really exciting.
Yeah, to follow up on that, what's the biggest strength of this group right now?
I think just the togetherness.
Really?
We're a family. We got a lot of parity on our team. I think you'll notice, like up and down the line, like there's not a whole lot of difference. And but our team is close. We fight really, really hard. We're loud, and we kind of fight and claw and scrap. And it won't be pretty at times, but we're going to try to find a way each and every time. And that's kind of what we've always been about since I've been here.
Yeah, and is that just a reflection of who you like to be as a coach? Like, you're right, that has been the prevailing theme is better be ready for 3.5 hours of work, because that's what it's going to take to knock off the Fighting Illini women. Is that just a game style you look for? Like, what leads to that spirit, that ethos amongst this program?
I think a little bit with recruiting, but then once we started, the original group bought into it, and then as time has come on, every freshman comes in and they buy in, and it's been really fun to see our culture. Just it's great. We love our girls and we love our team, and I think that's what makes us special, is that we're a great group, and a great group of girls, and they really love the University of Illinois.
Yeah, as you establish tempo with the team each season, are you more focused on the tactics, the tennis itself specifically, or are you more focused in establishing the culture? And if it's the latter, as I think it may be, how does your team go about doing that?
Yeah, it's all about. I think once you get to this level, tennis is pretty even. Everybody's level is pretty even. So
a lot of good forehands, a lot of good backhands.
Exactly. It's all between the years, so we spend a ton of time on the mental part. What we really focused on the last 2 years is the composure part, the balance part, how we handle our emotions on the court, and just we've been really focused on that. We've seen some great strides with several of our players just becoming more mature, more balanced, more composed on the court, and we just preach team first, and we really focus on a lot of that other stuff, and we focus on their tennis and individual stuff, but we're all about the team. It's always the team first, and to their credit, they've done a really good job of buying in.
You mentioned the parity up and down the lineup. Is it a fluid lineup right now for the Illini? Is it something you can expect a lot of changes of? Obviously, you have some more experienced players who maybe you lean on up top, but talk me through just where we're at with this team and how close they are to their final product.
For sure. It's a good mix. We totally flipped our doubles teams to begin the year, and we didn't really know what we're going to get, but we've done a great job. We've won 3 out of 4 doubles points, and so I feel like that's pretty established. Singles pretty established as well, but we got a great mix of veterans, and we've got a couple young kids, and so our balance right now is one of the best I've ever had, in my opinion, just top to bottom. So we're really excited about this group.
For this team to take things another step forward, you mentioned you guys have been right between like 30 and 45 for the last couple of seasons, and obviously having success in the conference, getting to NCAA tournaments. What's it going to take for this team to continue on that pathway, take things another step, and just play their best tennis come May?
Yeah, we need to knock off someone big in the Big Ten. We've been really close over the last couple of years. We did it in 18, 19, 20. We had some big wins, but we just haven't had that signature win for a couple of years. And I think that confidence, knowing that you can do it and getting over the hump in a big moment will come. And we gotta get through that. Once we get one, I think we're going to be really scary.
Yeah, and obviously we were talking about this a little bit before. The expanded Big Ten, like how does that change your approach to scheduling? Obviously, you didn't have kickoff weekend this year, but knowing you get a USC, a UCLA, I think schedule-wise you guys actually don't this year in conference play, but knowing them and Washington's a perennial top 25 program, adding that into the mix, how does that impact what you're going to be planning moving forward?
Well, our conference just automatically gets better with those 4 teams, and so we were excited about adding those 4 teams. The trick has always been I've really scheduled really tough to make up some of for the lower of the Big Ten, where we don't get as many looks as the SEC and ACC. But now that, like you said, that's kind of out the window. So, but we still chose this schedule pretty aggressively this year. But knowing that we're going to get this was going to prepare us for the Big Ten schedule because it's just a little bit better. So, I think there's only one way to do it, and it's to try to play the best and just really push your team, and they're going to be better for it down the stretch in the conference tournament, NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and we're going to see that play out. The other thing we'll see play out, electric line calling brought in here, and obviously a credit to you guys for being able to facilitate that at this facility. Talk me through your level of excitement to finally have that innovation brought to our level of the sport.
We're really excited. I think it's something our sport needs, to be real honest, as you know. I think it's one thing holding us back that we still call our own lines, and there's a little bit of, I don't know.
Mashugana, as we say in Yiddish.
That's right. That's right. It's still a little subjective out there, and so I think this will calm things down and obviously make the sport much more fair, and we're just excited about the technology. I think it'll make everything a lot more smooth. So for us to be able to do it on our home courts, and we're hoping to keep the technology once this tournament's over, and to be one of the few programs in the country to have it, I think will be pretty cool.
So that's what I was going to ask as a follow-up. Will you be able to keep that technology? Will you be able to use it during conference matches?
That's something we're going through right now.
TBD.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I've got to call into my administrator later. That. Yeah, we would love to be able to use it, or at least keep it and keep playing with it, because I think it's a really cool tool, and I think it would set us apart in our sport and just help advance our sport a little bit more in those areas.
No, I'm absolutely looking forward to it, and certainly, again, there's a lot of things that continue to push this sport forward, particularly from a level perspective, as I've talked all day. Stearns, Navarro. Sure. I'm sure people tuning in are like, we know the list, Alex. But I just want to reiterate, like, there are that many players inside the top 100. Like, the name I don't think I've said yet is Mai Sawanka, who wasn't that long ago. She's made 3 tour-level quarterfinals in, like, her last 5 events, something crazy like that.
Yep.
Who's next is my question. You have to pick a non-Illini player from across the country. Do we have a current future top 100 amongst the across the board? Who's someone you would turn to?
Gosh, that's a good question. You'll probably find them here or Northwestern.
I would agree.
I think to your point, I just think that's become. It could be anybody. I just think the sport has become so much depth, and I don't think it's limited to these teams here, or people not playing 1 or 2. I think there's people in mid lineup on some of these teams that could do it. So I think to your point, I think the pathway's there, and I just think it's been incredible to see that transformation the last couple of years for those young women to be able to make that jump. Yeah,
this is a 2-hour conversation question, but I'm going to ask this follow-up anyways. Does that pro success translate to athletics, to departments? If you go to an AD and say, well, like, we finished 11th this year, but look, we're producing top 50. We're producing top 100 players. Like, this is why the resources should survive. Intuitively, you think it would help. How does it help? Like, is it a completely different argument? Is it apples and oranges? Because I'm afraid it is a little bit.
I think it is. I think you're right. I think most administrations really focused on the team and the team results and things like that. But it does help. Like, you look at our building and you see the All-Americans. You see Kevin Anderson. You walk in the building, you see Kevin Anderson and the success he had, some of the men's players, and but like what Emma's doing and Peyton are doing, I think it's just great publicity for your school and obviously for the sport. So, I think we're always, as a coach, we're always focused on the team, but it's great to have those individual accolades, and it really does help the sport. There's no bad press in that, right? Yeah, no, I mean, again, ask the WTA, the ATP with their accelerator programs, federations across. Like, I guess internationally, college tennis is more highly touted than it once was, correct? Sure. Absolutely. And credit to just what we do, and I think what's great thing about our building is we can make it a little bit more exciting too. Sure. Like, we have the ability to with the video board and the lights, and so you're playing big time tennis, but you still have that more of like a basketball game feel, and I think that's what we need more of in our sport as well. No, I love that. Well, then my last 3 questions. You mentioned and everyone's going to get to see the lights and the billboard, what you guys do here. Do you have a walkout song? Should I be ready for it? I don't have one. If we win, we play Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. If we win at the end when the other team's walking out, which was one of my things. I think that's a Tom Brady thing. He did that when he was with the Patriots. But we're all about trying to make the sport more exciting and more fan-friendly. I've got 4 kids that are all under the age of 10, and they go to basketball, volleyball, and it's just they love it. There's something going on all the time, and we really love to try to progress that and make our sport a little bit more exciting at times. No, absolutely. And in that sense, I like to ask questions that I think tennis fans will find exciting, and I think you coaches sometimes less so, but I like to ask them anyways. If you this season, and we love Illinois, Illinois tennis, I want to be clear. Appreciate you having us. Sure. You trade jobs with one person this year. Who do you pick and why? Oh, you can't answer me. You can't I've asked everyone. Let the record show. Cody, confirm I have asked everyone. There's no place I'd rather be than Illinois. Yeah, that's the only answer. That's the assumption. Yeah, that's the only answer. No, we love it here. Okay. Of course, there's some great jobs, but then let me ask it the other way: is there a program out there that you admire particularly right now? The job they're doing, a coach where you say, "Hey, I see this, and they have my attention." Yeah, I know Howard Joffrey very well. Yeah. We were together for a while, so what he's done at Texas and winning back-to-back national championships, I think that's pretty cool. And so I really like him, and what he's all about, and really respect him, and we're good friends. So, yeah, probably him.
Yeah.
Live in Austin would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
and,
I think he also grows a quarter inch every time I see him.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller than me.
Yeah, well, me too. He's the only senior I know still going through puberty.
That's right. That's right.
No, said with love, Howard.
Absolutely.
Who's not listening.
Yeah, for sure. He's got the best vocabulary in college tennis by far. Like some of the stuff that comes, some of the words he comes out, I have to look up. What he's a very intelligent guy, and a lot of respect for him. But yeah, all these teams here I think are incredible programs, and yeah, we're really a healthy spot right now.
Yeah. Well, then my last question for you: what does a successful week look like for the Illini? What do you want to see from your team here at these National Indoor Championships?
We just want to get better, match to match. That's what all we focus on really in the locker room is progressing as the year goes on. I asked them after the Colorado match, are we playing our best tennis yet? And they said no. I said, that's good. We want to be playing our best tennis down the stretch. So we just want to see our kids develop and be tough in big moments and stay in the moment in a tournament like this. I think that's important for our group. And so I think you'll see some good stuff from them. And yeah, we're just super excited to be here.
No, I'm looking forward to it. And anyone who's watched the National Indoors over the years knows night one, host match. It's must-watch tennis. The energy, the enthusiasm. Top seeds can think they're ready. They're never ready to be on the road. And certainly, again, this is one of those special environments in college tennis. That's why I appreciate you having us, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you, as always. And sincerely, thank you for all you're doing this weekend for college tennis.
Appreciate it. Thanks for everything you do.
Welcome back in, everyone, to Media Day here at the 2025 Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championships. Joining us now, a returning champion, of course, to Media Day and head coach of the reigning finalists of this event. It's Michigan Women's Tennis head coach Ronnie Bernstein. Aunt Ronnie, it is always good to see you here today. Talk me through what it means to be back at this event and obviously how you're doing, how the team's doing so far.
Yeah, always good to be here. Super excited to be back here. It's never a guarantee, obviously. There's so many good teams. So super excited, I think, for our team to be back. Yeah, good start to the season so far. So
for those fans tuning in who may be new to college tennis, they watched a Navarro or someone have pro success and they want to say, hey, what's this college level all about? How would you describe the National Indoor Championships to them, its importance on the college calendar?
Yeah, it's big. You know, we sort of got a great start, obviously, last year. You know, we got to the finals here. If you can get even one win here, you know, it's so tough. But it kind of sets you up for the rest of the year. So we're just excited. Guaranteed 3, you know, fantastic matches against great competition. And we'll see. You know, we're going to fight for it. We're going to compete out here and just see how we do.
No, it's the perfect litmus test to start the year for every team, certainly, and obviously for your group. We've already had some battles this year. You knock off a Virginia team in Charlottesville that obviously all this experience. You beat Florida at home, a successful kickoff weekend. Talk me through what you've learned about this group through the first month. Yeah,
we have a lot of new pieces. We lost a lot from last year, so I wasn't sure. You know, we have 2 freshmen in our singles lineup who've, you know, done great at the bottom of the lineup. You know, always tough to play Virginia. We've played them a lot. It's the first time we've been back there in Charlottesville. We've gotten them at home a couple times. Yeah, I mean, we battled hard. You know, we lost a doubles point there and came through in singles. And then, you know, Florida on Tuesday night. I mean, that was a complete match for us. You know, from the doubles, you know, through the singles, you know, at every spot, we're out there competing and giving ourselves a chance. And that's what it's going to take to be a good team.
Yeah, and obviously, again, this weekend, a great opportunity for you to see where your group thrives most. But to this point, what is that aspect, that characteristic about your team that maybe you have the most confidence in to date?
Yeah, you know, I think they're a confident group.
Okay.
And as a coach, you know, they believe in each other. They believe in themselves. And I think, you know, I hope when someone plays a Michigan team that they feel like we're going to compete.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way in college tennis. You know, I don't know on paper where we are. I don't think that matters. But on game day, when you drop the balls, I mean, we're going to compete really hard. We're going to have some good energy, and I think that's going to give us a chance.
When you talk about, obviously, last year's success and Julia, Piper, Lily, all in the singles lineup, all massive parts of that success, working in new pieces, I'm curious, is there a carryover effect? Like, is it, hey, I know we're working in new pieces, but we kind of have the culture of national indoor finalists and being really good that's been built up over these last couple of years. Do you see that carry over to this year's group?
Yeah, I hope so. You know,
Sure.
It's super early.
Yeah.
We've gotten a great start. I'm super competitive. We want to be good. You know,
like
the
that.
expectation is we want to get here.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't want to just get here. We want to be able to play with the best. And, you see, Julia, just the jump she has made and just incredible strides from when she walked through the door at Michigan to where she is now. And Piper, winning up high. She was, down lower in the lineup. We have the pieces, and I think it doesn't matter what spot they're playing. They're going to believe, and we're going to try and get it done.
For your team to have the fall that they did, 3 into the NCAA singles tournament, obviously if it was a different format this year, did you have to change your approach to what you were trying to develop in the fall? Was it more match-centric? Like, how did that impact how you dealt with, coach this group through the first few months?
Yeah, we didn't really change. I mean, you have those events that the girls are way more stressed out about.
Sure.
So I felt that stress. I was trying to figure it out probably like everybody else. It was so new, kind of the format. I probably still don't have it down, but you're just trying to figure out how to get the matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get three through to Waco, and then obviously Julia's run. Yeah, we didn't really change it too much. Schedule was pretty much the same, just a little bit different as far as the events they played.
What's been more of a transition for you, team this year or new coaching staff? You have 2 new assistants, and obviously you and Taryn were together forever. What's that adjustment been like?
Yeah, it's different, and I think change is good.
Okay.
I thought I was always going to live in South Florida. I'm in Michigan and change that. So, Taryn, we miss a lot, but Jan and Ty have been incredible, on the court. We also have Jaden Brown, who's helping us as a student coach. So, it's different, but the job doesn't change. It's about, working hard and taking care of the kids and caring about your players, and I think that will never change.
It's also 3-dimensional chess. Obviously, you go up against Melissa Schaub, Ohio State every year. You know how you get an advantage, hire Ty. Like, it's 3-dimensional. You're thinking all the angles. I love it. And, for this group, obviously made quarterfinals back-to-back seasons, reigning national indoor finalists as well. What does this team need to continue to do this season to get back to those heights come May, to be the best version of themselves come the end of the year?
Yeah, it's just working hard. I mean, we're match by match. This weekend's a huge challenge. We are not looking to May. We're looking, day to day, trying to, get better every day. And that's what it takes. You got to stay healthy. There's a lot of luck there, but we're thinking about LSU.
Yeah.
And if we can make it to the quarters in May, it means that we had a successful year and we were playing well at the end, but definitely not looking to May yet.
Yeah, it's good perspective to have. I know you are also a tactician, and by that I mean, again, you want to get on court, you love working X's and O's, and if you allow me to say, you're very good at it as well. When you're establishing a tempo with a group early in the season, are you more technique-based, principles-based, or are you more focused on getting the culture right this early in the season?
Yeah, I think, like we just talked about Ty and Jan, I mean, they're so good with the technique, on the court. I'm not so much with that. I'm probably more of the tactical strategy, making sure we have good energy, making sure we're competing hard. I'm probably the one on top of them with that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we have a good mix. It takes everything to be successful. You can't just have good technique. You got to have heart and passion, and so hopefully we're bringing all of that this Michigan team. In
your experience working with college players, is it more difficult to make a mentality shift or a technique shift at this point?
Oh, that's a good question. I
like to throw one at you ever so often.
I think it depends on the kid.
Okay, sure.
Right? I mean, you have kids that are open to changing technique, and I don't know that we change too much technique during the year. I think we're playing so much that we're not really, you'll tweak it a little bit, but we're not making massive grip changes or changing a stroke. So it just depends. You have to get the mentality right. Some people, need one or the other, or both even. Yeah. It just kind of, you coach every kid different.
Yeah, no, and again, it's why you've had the success developing so many as you have. For those tuning in right now, again, maybe they haven't had the chance to go to the VTC, or they're a new college tennis fan, whatever it may be, what is the thing a Michigan fan can do to best support your program right now?
I mean, we have great fans. Yeah. It's Tuesday night against Florida. They were behind us. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, just being there and supporting the girls, and they thrive off that energy. We definitely have a home court advantage there. Yeah. We've been super successful there and feel comfortable there. So I think the support we feel from them has been massive, and hopefully that continues.
No, it's dare I say, why I do what I do. You step into one of those VTC matches, the energy, it's contagious. And, certainly, again, a lot of fun ahead for these Michigan Wolverines. What, in your mind, constitutes a successful weekend here this weekend?
We all want to win, right? You want to be the winner at the end.
I heard you're competitive.
I am very competitive.
Yeah.
But if we go out there and compete and fight like we can and stay disciplined and during the matches, we're going to have a successful weekend.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you can get one win this weekend, I would like 4 because that's the competitive piece of me. Yeah. But it starts, if we can get a good start and get some, play a good doubles point against LSU and get our teeth into that match, we can do it, and the next day's got to be the same thing. So it's just going to be fighting hard and, competing hard for each other.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. My last 3 for you. Electronic line calling, new addition to this year. You excited for that piece? I am excited to see it. I think it can be beneficial down the road. I've heard it's very easy, happens quickly. I think the girls will be excited about it, and there will be no more questions or anything like that. So, I'm excited for it, and hopefully we can move that forward. I'm excited for the first person to question the technology because it's coming. It probably will be me. First point, I'm going to give you a challenge. So. That's all I can. Very first point just because. Why not? I like that. Start screaming. My last 2 for you. A lot of pro success right now, and again, I keep listing the names Stearns, Sun, Navarro, Kessler, Startup Save. They all played in the 2020. Bectus. Kari Miller. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, exactly. Just so many successes from even the last 3 years, let alone the last 5 or 10. If you had to pick who's next up, can't pick a Michigan Wolverine, but is there another top 100 player you think in our mix right now in college tennis? I think there's so many, Alex, to pick. You just never know. Julia's going to law school. Yeah, exactly. And she could give it a go. I mean, she hits a big enough ball, and if she wanted to do that, I don't know who really has that passion for it, but I just think the level of college tennis has just gone up so much. I don't even think people realize, unless they've been to a college tennis match. So I just think there's so many, and especially in doubles. I mean, you're talking more singles, but if you look at the doubles draws out there, it's college players. So the opportunity is there. For 4 years, I've said Savannah Broadus is going to walk into the top 50 of the WTA doubles rankings if she wants it. And, to your point, you can pick a bunch of different fun names and have a fun answer there. This is my last fun question. The last coach who sat in your chair said, Alex, that's the dumbest question you've ever asked. So I would never say that. Yeah, well, go ahead. I honestly, it's a badge of honor when Audra says it to me. So I'm like, I appreciate it, Audra. It means I'm keeping you on your toes. You can trade jobs for 1 year, and that's not meant to be disrespectful to Michigan, but I'm just curious as we try to introduce, hey, here's what's happening this season. What's a program where if you could call up a coach and say, hey, let's switch jobs this year, who would you pick and why? I will pick that. First of all, it's not a dumb question. Thank you. So I'll pick that after the year. Tell me who wins. Whoever wins the NCAA championship, I hope it's Michigan, but if it's not us, I want that job. Okay, yeah. I would like to hold that trophy at some point. I mean, that's the goal, right? Yeah, of course. It's a very good answer. Maybe I would go back to Miami. I thought you were going to say Paige's job. I thought you were going to say for the month of February, anywhere warm. Yeah. So January, February, I'll be the Miami coach. Work your way back March up. Through the summer, I'm definitely in Michigan. Yeah, so. It's nothing better than spring term in Ann Arbor. Or we could talk colors, like what colors do I like? Pick that school, but I'm super happy at Michigan. I'm pretty confident I'm going to end my career, hopefully, as the Michigan Wolverine coach. When we hit 2050, it'll be a great retirement ceremony. But for now, we get to enjoy you and your team compete. Michigan women's tennis head coach Ronnie Bernstein, Aunt Ronnie, as I call you. It is always great to get the chance to chat with you. Thank you as always, and good luck to the Wolverines this week. Go Blue. Thanks. Welcome back in, everyone, to Media Day here at the 2025 Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championships. Joining us now here for Media Day, a man whose team, of course, enters as the defending champions of this event. Of course, he's also head of the NCAA committee now. He's just a grand poobah for all things women's college tennis and college tennis more broadly. It's our dear friend, Oklahoma State women's tennis head coach Chris Young, joining us. CY, it is always good to see your smiling face. Welcome back to the event. How are you and the Cowgirls feeling as we get ready for the week? Yeah, feeling good. I mean, it's nice to hear defending champs. That's, you know, you don't get that many chances in your career to have that said. So going to enjoy that while it lasts. We know this is a tough tournament to win, and there's a lot of really good teams entering this weekend. So we're coming here just excited to be here to
completely new group this year. So let's take it, match by match and see where it goes.
Yeah, a new group not only for the Cowgirls, new groups it feels like across the board, and just a different version of Auburn, a different version of Stanford. I could keep going to LSU is here, et cetera, et cetera. All that is to say for a new college tennis fan who's tuning in for the first time here this weekend, what should they know about these National Indoor Championships? How important is it to the broader picture of your season?
That's what we've talked about a lot is with our team. This gives you a real barometer and a gauge of what you need to do to be successful in May. But I don't think it's always been, the team that comes out of here, the champion, hasn't always ended up winning the championship in May. It's really what happens between now and May, and the teams that use kind of the data that they get from this event and do something really about it. I remember in 2016 we went 1-2 at this event, but we learned a lot, and we lost some really tough 3-set matches with a couple kids last match on that said, okay, I've got to get more fit. I've got to understand the quality of my ball deep into third sets. How, my shot selection has to be a little bit different. And they made some changes in the way that they played, the style of play, fitness level, and those changes paid off in May when we're, competing for a national championship that year in Tulsa. And so, I think it's you're going to see the best of the best. You're going to see teams this weekend that are going to be competing in May for a national title, and it's going to give you a real good indication of what college tennis is all about, the level of competition, the intensity, and it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, and you mentioned a great word, barometer. Obviously, every team is using this as that to figure out where we stand moving forward. For your team, Said with Love, coming off of the weekend at Auburn, and to have that sort of experience early in the season, what did you learn about this team in that weekend? How would you grade the team's performance? And now we have everything set on my end. Hello, everyone, and welcome into quarterfinal Saturday here at the 2025 Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championships. Alex Gruskin here. The field has been whittled down from 16 to 8, of course, here in Champaign. You win today, you're headed to Evanston. That final site for Monday semifinal matches here. A couple of teams we're familiar seeing at this stage of the tournament. Michigan Wolverines taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. These teams have faced off against one another in each of the last 2 seasons. A lot of new faces, but both teams accustomed to one another's culture. Both teams know what to expect, the energy level, the noise, the enthusiasm. You hear it. It's going to be one of those matches here today. Of course, it's a fast start for the Wolverines yesterday. Michigan earning a 4-love victory over LSU. They took the doubles point. They got straight set victories. Courts 5, 6. Court number 3 as well. And here another fast start. It's the sophomore Piper Charney returning here on the deuce side. She's with freshman Jessica Bernalis. They've got breakpoint chances right away as they take on the team of Kara Mester, freshman out of Romania. Senior Elena Sheherbanina out of Russia as facing 3 break points as she serves, on the far side. No, that's Mester serving on the far side. Middle solves the riddle. Again, both these teams pride themselves on this doubles point. In fact, Sooners coming into yesterday's match, don't believe they had dropped the doubles set. Doubles point certainly so far this season. Wolverine side of things, again, racking up quite the resume. Wins over Virginia, Florida, LSU. That's a quick start for the Wolverines here on 1. Charney, Bernalis break for 2-love. Head over to court number 2 as we continue our intros. You all know the deal. Three sets played simultaneously. 1 set, no ad scoring. Deuce point, a deciding point. And here we see more break point chances. It's the duo of junior Julia Garcia Ruiz, sophomore Chloe Noel. Senior Fligner serving here on the near side. Julia Fligner and senior partnered with sophomore Reese Miller. Of course, this duo 6-1 yesterday over LSU. They were dominant. They were that impressive. And they fight off an early break point. So deciding point coming up here on 2. Energy is going to be crucial here. And who can set that tone early? Who can get off to that fast start? Deciding point coming up. The lefty on the far side, Garcia Ruiz. She'll take the return here. What's the play call? I like the call. ITA go, Follow that ball if you're the player at the net. Reese Miller leaked left. Garcia Ruiz caught her. Finds the line. Sooners break for 2-love here on court number 2. This is the energy, the sort of quick starts you expected everywhere. So we go over now to court number 3. A fast start here for the Sooners up an early break. A couple of freshmen. Select tip Onwang serving on the far side. They call her Mew. She's partnered with Gloriana Nahum, the freshman. That one, though, sails long off the racket of Mew, so it's a break back for Michigan. Redshirt freshman Ava Bruno partnered with the junior Lily Jones. This duo yesterday earning that clinching 7-5 victory over LSU. They were down 3-love in that set. Found some sort of wave down the home stretch. Meanwhile, of course, yesterday for Oklahoma, this was the winning pairing, this duo of Mew and Glow. Mew there returning on the deuce side, Glow on the ad. And yes, I'm going with the nicknames. Better that than butcher the pronunciations, right? Bruno here serving on the near side. So we got breaks in a couple of places. Let's actually pop back over quickly to court 1. Wolverines duo of Charney Bernal is trying to consolidate their early lead. Not to be, so deciding point coming up. Who takes it? Do you go to the freshman master? Do you go to the senior Shahar Benina? They say let's give it to the senior Shahar Benina to return. Pivotal deciding point early. And it's a first swing to the Wolverines, deciding point to the freshman Bernalis. Wolverines hold 3-love on the top court. 2-1 Michigan holds on court number 3, so we go over to our only active action. That's here on 2, an early break lead. Garcia Ruiz serving on the far side. Fleekner here returning on the deuce. Yeah, that'll work. Catches Noel with the hand in the cookie jar. You got to be looking center. You got to be looking to leak. Again, I got no problem there with the choice. Just sometimes a good move loses to a better return. Still game point chances as the Sooners look to consolidate their early lead. Yeah, it's just really well done by Noel. Got pulled from the singles lineup yesterday, but hands in doubles so solid. Noel poaches off the backhand volley. It is a 3-love Sooner lead. Of course, Sooners led by head coach Audra Cohen. Somehow already in year 9 at the helm of the Oklahoma program. Head back over to court number 3, our only court currently on serve. Of course, Ronnie Bernstein in year 18 as the head of the Michigan Wolverines. My favorite fun fact, she's yet to lose 10 conference matches in 17 seasons of play. Yeah, I'm no mathematician, but as Bruno knocks off the overhead, that's less than a loss a year, folks. Of course, these Michigan Wolverines reaching the finals of the National Indoors last season. Oklahoma finalists at this event back in 2022. Two programs pretty clearly on the rise, are continuing to consolidate their position at the top of the sport. Loose off the racket of Mew, so it's a love 30 look for Jones and Bruno. And again, hand up. Apologies to me. I didn't realize Ava Bruno had this sort of power tennis in her, the weapons. They were on display yesterday, even if it was clearly a nervy start. Lily Jones stays aggressive. We'll show it to you one more time. Gotta like the decision there. She looks to cross, looks to be the aggressor, takes that high ball out of the air, doesn't let it get by. Holds her ground well, wins the battle of the reactions. It's breakpoint chances for the Wolverines. Right off the back of the lines, the Wolverines break for 3-1. We got to go to a split screen, courts 1 and 2. It's a must-hold service game. Sophomore Reese Miller on court number 2. Meanwhile, a little bit of a look for a Sooners, down a break on 1, but love 30 in the service game of the sophomore Piper Charney. Excellent hands from Reese Miller moving forward. Let's go full screen to the deciding point. Last time they went to Garcia Ruiz, would be shocked if they don't go right back to her here on the return. And indeed, that is the call here. Again, you get it. Noel's been so aggressive and leaking towards the center, but she was ready for that one. Perfect close, great return from Garcia Ruiz to get around that ball, find the forehand. It is all Sooners on court number 2. 4 love as we race over to 1. Love 30s become 40-30 for the Wolverines. Another pivotal deciding point. Who's going to win the big swings? Margins are going to be this tight when we move to singles as well. These are the moments. These are the points. This decides who's going to Evanston. This time they switch things up. They say, let's return to Mester here. Deciding point coming up. And it's excellent execution, and you love to see that if you're a Wolverine fan tuning in at home. A freshman willing to be bold in the biggest moment. Bernalis with the cross. Michigan holds 4-4-1 as we head back over to courts number 2 and 3. Break point chances right back for the Sooners on 3. Let's actually go full screen for it. Yeah, that'll work. Kept the return low. You see the fist pump from head coach Audra Cohen. She's pumped for her freshman, and there's just an energy always these Oklahoma Sooners play with, but they've got the buzz. They've got that magic back. You notice it always around those teams who, again, can make the whole greater than the sum of its parts. So pivotal in college tennis, those connective tissues between teammates. Sooners have that this year. Fail to break on one, they get the break on three, back on serve there. Of course, for love here, the sophomore Chloe Noel serving here on the near side. Just real routine in rhythm. This has been a nervy set of tennis for these Wolverines here. Too many missed returns, volleys sailed. Just feels like Oklahoma hasn't had to work that hard. They've just had to do the little things well. Boy, are they doing the little things well. And Noel, there's just a little extra on the back of her volleys. Feels like she's able to finish points in a way no one else really on court can right now. Great movement, great communication. Noel says, I got the center. With it, of course, she and the Sooners take a 5-love lead here on court number 2. Of course, our only set on serve right now, 3-2 on court 3. You see the 4-1 lead on court number 1. Scoreboards, of course, underneath your screen, courtesy of our friends at Ion Court. Another look for Bernalis and Charney on one. Boy, it is certainly feeling like that 3 doubles position once again may prove to be that swing court. We got so many great doubles points yesterday. 7-6s deciding what? Pepperdine versus UNC. Obviously, Oklahoma, UCLA. Texas versus Oklahoma State. Who doesn't want drama in the doubles point? In my opinion, the best 45 minutes we have in all of sport. The energy, the enthusiasm, the execution, the improvisation. You get a little bit of everything here, as you see. Newly minted Michigan assistant, of course, joining in the offseason, Jan Kananov. A few words for his number 1 doubles pairing. Bernalis, Charney looking for the double break. And they've got breakpoint chances for it now. Deciding point coming up. Here's the thing, we got to go to a split screen. Oklahoma's closing in on a bagel. It's the best way to start a Saturday, in my opinion. Garcia Ruiz finds the line. It is 4 match points coming up for the Sooners on 2. Deciding point on 1. We're going to keep it on our screen, but again, 4 match points Oklahoma. to bagel on the board. 6-love set for Garcia Ruiz and Noel. That's exceptional tennis, and for them to bounce back after taking a tough loss yesterday to the NCAA doubles finalist Fakim center of UCLA. I mean, that's fast, real fast. On and off the court they go. 6-love Sooners put the first point on the board. So again, need to find one of these two sets. Oklahoma, if they do, they'll take a 1-love lead heading into singles. Right now, Michigan is up that break, 4-2 on one, and again, scoreboard pressure. They're up 3-2, but it's very much on serve on 3. Biggest thing now for Oklahoma, you just got some momentum. Big serve on 3. Big return on 1. So hold for 3 all. It is a love 30 look in the service game of freshman Jessica Bernalis. Look at the angle from Bernalis. She knew the second it was off her racket that was a winner. Fantastic angle from the freshman. Fantastic pinch there from Glow. Now the Sooners that again clearly with the momentum. Solves the riddle to love 30 look. They're going to go full screen to 1. Break point chances coming up for the Sooners. Sherbanina ends up in the net again. It had to have that for Charney to hold her ground there. Feels like the clear pendulum swing has been towards Oklahoma. You can feel that tension. By the way, it's pretty clear to me that they're playing more freely of the two teams right now, playing more aggressively. It feels like Michigan's fighting themselves a little bit here to start. Certainly that was the case on court number 2. An excellent volley. Great hands at the net from Charney, but we got to go back to the double box. Here's why. Break point chances. A Sooner swing on court 3. So they split the difference. Michigan from 15-40 down gets a must-have hold. They need that court off. They need that off the court right now because Oklahoma's got the momentum. Sooners break on 3, and again, 6-love Oklahoma set on 2. Oklahoma just needs one of these two. Michigan needs both. You'd rather be the Sooners, no doubt. Of course, double changeover means I get to fill some time. You hear the Boomer Sooner echoing here in this building. It's a credit to the culture the program Coach Cohen has built. They travel so well. And of course, that crowd energy translates directly to the results of these players who play with that same energy, that same intensity. Just defines Oklahoma women's tennis. It's not such a pleasure to always to have the chance to broadcast them. It's a battle. Again, two pretty clear-cut top 10 programs over the last half-decade. Oklahoma, Michigan, spot in the semifinals on the line. Shahar Benina. Glow up to the line serving. Ground well cover the center. It's doubles 101. 15 alls again. We stay in the split screen now. Michigan a game away on court number 1. Obviously, if it gets to a match point, that'll take precedence. And the lob gets over the head on 1, so Michigan 2 points away from the set. And again, it just happens in waves. It's a Wolverine swing, 2 30-15 looks. As again, the margins between these two teams understandably thin. You look at the rankings right now coming into the week, Michigan number 7, Oklahoma number 12. Match point coming up on 1. Now the Bruno backhand sails look real easy to say, hey, if you're Lily Jones, why go with your momentum? Why hit that ball behind yourself? Your momentum's going left. Take the ball that way. Hit that volley. Try to hit it at least through the at the net Mew, right, for Oklahoma. Still match point number 1, fought off by the Sooners on 1. It's 4-3-30 all. We can't pull away, but you see match points Wolverines, court number 1. Wolverines level things. Bernalis, Charney, 6-2 on court 1. We race over to court number 3. No, net court lands back on the side of the blue, so it is a 40-30 look for the Sooners. Again, feel like I am playing backseat driver here, but some of these choices just volley with the momentum. Why go behind yourself? You're making it that much more difficult. Love it. That's playing to win. It's a Sooner hold for 5-3. Let's show it to you one more time. Lily Jones thought about it. Mew did it. A willingness to play free. The fist pump from Coach Cohen. It is a 5-3 hold for Oklahoma. Lily Jones, the Michigan junior, will serve to keep the Wolverines alive in the doubles point. And that linked a little wide. Smart play down the center with pace. No angles to work with, nothing easy. Excellent hands from Bruno. She's ready. Continues to push forward, and now we're starting to get some college tennis energy, huh? Go Use, go Blues. It's got to rhyme every time. Keeps me entertained. Certainly 30-15 lead here for the Wolverines. Again, trying to extend this doubles point. It's a set apiece after a 6-love win from the Sooners at 2. 6-2 win for the Wolverines at 1. That's great defense from Lily Jones. What you missed on the screen freeze. The glow volley through the center. Not quite enough pace. Jones able to get the lob over her head. You saw the unforced error there from Mew. Game point chances Michigan to extend the set, to ask the question. Bruno leaks wide, and now we're going to get the big Boomer Sooner chant as they've got a match point for the doubles point. And right back to glow, it looks like they're going to go. She's there. Maybe, just maybe, one of your points of the weekend. Lily Jones, the stick save. Finds the line with the pass as well. Wolverines survive for at least a game longer. I mean, again, Lily Jones down match point, a roar to her teammates as well. Inspired stuff. Still, the question has been asked. Oklahoma freshman Gloriana Nahum Salakthip Onwang serving for the doubles point. Show you just real quickly, look what's going on court number 2. Now, it froze on me. They turned the camera off, duh. if they didn't, you'd see the Oklahoma shuffle. Team jogging in place. They're throwing out OUs, doing all the things. Now there you go. You can see it top left of your screen. The O's thrown up in the air in case you're wondering. What am I hearing there in the background? It'll be Mew to serve for the set for the Oklahoma doubles point as well. Another one of those real easy to say here in the broadcast booth. Second serve, right on the right hip. Obviously a return Lily Jones makes 85 out of 100 times. That's a great service spot, though. So 30 love look. The Sooners 2 points away from a 1 love lead. Perfect. Just perfect execution. Leans up the forehand brilliantly. It is 4 match points. It's a doubles point for Oklahoma. Mew, Glow deliver the 1 love lead. 6-4, they take it on 3. And again, tip of the cap. Noel Garcia Ruiz, not good, dominant at the number 2 spot. 6 love. Look, Michigan came out a little slow. There's no doubt about it. Oklahoma played the freer tennis. Oklahoma was willing to be the aggressor. They were willing to play some big cuts, some bigger swings. It's the simplest adage in tennis. There's playing to win, there's playing not to lose. I think it's safe to say Wolverines did the latter, Sooners did the sooner. And it is a 1 love Oklahoma lead headed into singles. Of course, this is where the real work starts. 6 singles matches ahead. Sooners going to need just 3, Wolverines 4. We'll talk you through the matchups, talk you through everything you can expect coming up as we have, again, quarterfinal Saturday here at these Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championships. It's officially underway. It's Oklahoma, a 1 love lead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching it all exclusively here on the Cracked Racquets YouTube channel. Who's next right now in women's college tennis? Do you think we still have more coming in the pipeline?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
because Mary's been picked a lot today, so you don't have to make the claim for her.
Yeah, no, we've got a lot of players out there, and then that's what we're striving to be. We're trying to make our program a real player development program. We've got some great examples of, Mary Stoyana, and you can kind of just really look at the kids that have really improved, and that's just something we're really proud of. We feel like our girls are improving. You've mentioned Mary and Nicole, and even Luciana Perez, Mia Kupris, they've all improved and gotten better, and Mia's had a lot of success at high levels in the doubles especially, and Carson Brandstein's out there doing well, and I think it's becoming pretty recognizable of that. We'll see who the next next one there is.
I guess when you're watching like Mary versus Dasha, does it feel top 100?
Oh, I think 100%.
Yeah, right?
It really does.
It's just the level, the physicality.
Yeah.
It's just different, right? Like when they're out there.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like for sure like a main draw of a like a 100K or a 250. It's no different whatsoever. It's maybe who's just winning the bigger points. But as far as the level of tennis, the physicality out there, like it's not much difference at all. It's the highest level I've ever seen it in college tennis, especially on the women's side. I don't follow the men's obviously as closely, but I feel like the women's side, there's never been there's not a lot of difference between that top 100 level in the pros and a lot of these girls out here in the college ranks.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, then my last 3 questions for you, and they're all going to be quick here. In terms of for fans tuning in, and obviously for you guys right now, really easy to support Texas A&M women's tennis. You're fresh off a national championship. But what is the thing that new fan can do right now that will best help support your program, college tennis, moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, our we're known, the Aggie Network is just off the charts, and I think unmatched, and we've definitely gained a lot of notoriety in the recent years, and us winning a national title at Texas A&M, I believe it's the first time of any sport in 7 or 8 years. So it's just the constant support that we get, and we're getting more and more, and it's just amazing the Aggie Network out there. No matter where you go, just people come up and see you all the time. So it's been great to see a smaller sport like women's tennis being recognized the way that we have.
What percentage of texts in May did you get from unidentified numbers? Were you like, oh, thanks, I don't know who this is, but thanks?
Yeah, no, the texts are just kind of off
the
chart. No, it's kind of hard to ask, who is this again?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I'll just take the thank you and we'll move on here. No, I love to hear that. Well, again, I know you love your job. You've been at A&M now over a decade, and you wouldn't pick any other place. But for the sake of this question, you can trade jobs with one coach across the country this year. And not that you'd want to trade, but just to be like, hey, let's step into those shoes for a little bit. Do you have one that comes to mind?
Yeah, I've always loved the city of Fort Worth.
Okay.
So, if I had to pick one, I have some good friends up in the TCU area. But, I think it's going to be hard to – I think people often say they're going to bury me in College Station. They probably will. But, I've always loved the something about even back as a player and the facility at TCU and the community there. I've always liked it there.
It's a good program shot. I like to hear that. Well, then my last question for you. Look, you're the reigning NCAA champions. I'm sure to some extent a winning week means bring home a title. But what do you want to see from the girls this week? What, in your mind, will constitute a successful national indoors for the Aggies? Yeah,
I just want to see us out there. Just, we're always going to fight hard. So that's kind of oftentimes the generic answer. But, I just want us to come out with the real champions mentality, come out there with this is our tournament to win, and just coming out there with the belief. And I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier of just kind of how we're managing ourselves in the points.
Sure.
You talked earlier about the physical level of college tennis. I don't doubt any of our players' physical level. It's the same as the pro tennis player, just how you're managing yourself between the points, and whether you win the point or lose a point, you have a good process and that you're ready to go for the next point. Those are the type of things that I'm looking for.
I love to hear it. Is there a number, challenges, correct or incorrect? What are we shooting for as a team? Like 50-50?
I'd say, how about 75%?
I like it. Well, I always appreciate the chance to chat. Coach Mark Weaver, obviously good luck to you and the Aggies this week, and thank you for taking the time to join us here today.
Thanks for having me on.
Welcome back in, everyone, to Media Day here at the 2025 Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championship. Welcome back in, everyone, to our coverage of quarterfinal Saturday here at the 2025 Division I Women's National Team Indoor Championships. Alex Gruskin here. Cameras reset. We are ready to rock and roll. Singles action ready to get underway. Of course, it's Oklahoma with a 1-love lead. Heading into our 6 singles matches. Dominant at the number 2 doubles spot, Julia Garcia-Ruiz. Chloe Noel, a 6-love win there, and then the freshman, Glow Mew. 6-4 clinch at the number 3 double spot. Obviously, a shout-out to Charney, Bernalis. They were excellent. 6-2 at 1 for Michigan. course, now the real hard work begins. Oklahoma needing 3 singles victories, Michigan 4. And this feels like a swing match. Julia versus Julia. Garcia Ruiz taking on Fligner. Of course, before we get too deep into the matches, before we get too deep into the calculus, let's break down our action. It would help if I get us to the right camera, right? First, let's go to number 1 singles. Of course, before we get too deep into any of our singles matches, you see the game point chances here for Garcia Ruiz. We'll hold through that. Then we want to introduce these rosters, have a chance to get to meet all of them on media day. I want all of you college tennis fans to have that same opportunity. That sails a little long. What's the conversation here? Not quite sure. I guess it's a delayed electronic line call overrule. Must be the case, as again, Garcia Ruiz is going to head to the chair. So 1-love Oklahoma. Let's introduce your 2022 National Indoor Finalist, 2022 NCAA Finalist, currently the number 12 team in the country. It's your 2025 Oklahoma Sooners. All right, as you can see, little issues with our intro videos on our side. We'll hold here on court number 1 for now as we work that out. Alex Gruskin here. Appreciate all of you joining us. Obviously, as always, I ask in the chat, let us know who you're rooting for and why.
Ava Gatanzray, I'm a senior. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Boomer Sooner.
Emma Staker, I'm a senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner.
I'm Clara Naum, I'm a freshman from Benin. Boomer Sooner.
I'm Alina, I'm a senior from Moscow. Go you.
Joey Noel, I'm sophomore from Strasbourg, France. Let's go Sooners!
Julia Garcia Ruiz, I'm a junior. I'm from Morelia, Michoacan. Boomer Sooner.
Salaptip Unwang, I'm a freshman. I'm from Thailand. Go Sooners!
I'm Magida Dato, I'm a freshman from Turin, Italy. Boomer Sooner.
Cara Meshte from Romania, I'm a freshman. There's only one.
I'm Cobra, I'm one of the assistant coaches here, and I'm from Brazil. Boomer Sooner.
Edson Ortiz, I'm the assistant coach, and I'm from Mexico. Boomer Sooner.
Audra Cohen, head women's tennis coach at the University of Oklahoma. I'm from Miami, Florida.
So now you've met the Oklahoma Sooners again. Having just a quick issue here. We should have it sorted out in a moment. We're going to hold here on court number 1. We got a lot of tennis ahead, so. Don't mind locking in here for a start. Obviously want to introduce you to the Michigan Wolverines here in a moment. Fascinated to see how Michigan comes out swinging here. Obviously, again, Oklahoma just kind of punched them in the face there in doubles, right? Fligner in particular, one to monitor. It's not very often she drops a 6 love set, singles or doubles. First game of the afternoon for the All-American senior. 1-1 here on court number 1. And again, appreciate all of you dealing with some jumpiness on our end right now. We're getting it all settled out for us.